How do you know when you're afraid or have anxiety or self-doubts or you're procrastinating on something? Sometimes it's not quite so obvious. I've noticed that, especially with me, anxiety disorder, my baseline is like, well, a lot of people would probably consider anxious. I'm just like, well, that's nothing. And I don't even notice a lot of times if I'm actually anxious, but I have found that sometimes I get the brain fog and I'm tired even though I'm getting sleep. And I've noticed a pattern there going, that's an anxiety symptom for me, even though I might not be like consciously spinning on something. And right now, with launching all my coaching stuff, which I thought was last week, it's actually been 2 weeks. Been part of the reason I haven't done any follow-ups yet, part of the reason is because I've been also trying to work on getting my business formed and everything, and dealing with some customer support. That's a story for another time. But I have sensed that it does seem like I have been not intentionally avoiding making more videos, but I think I am. But it's hard to tell because it doesn't feel intentional. But there's been times when I wanted to make videos, but I just don't, or part of me doesn't want to, but I do want to, and things. And I've been feeling a little lost isn't the right word for it. I had a better word for it. I lost the word before I went to say it. I was doing a lot of heavy lifting, preparing for launching. I was working a lot with my websites and with emails and setting up things and changing things and a lot of troubleshooting. And so there was a real lot of work. In fact, it was hurting my hands because I was doing so much typing. But it was like really high output. And now after I'm through with that, it's almost like a bit aimless, but I know where I need to aim. But there's something there. And honestly, I'm beginning to think that that's part of that is actually anxiety and worries, because I'm asking myself, why are you holding off? Why aren't you pushing more? Because I want to keep putting things out there, and so I can start getting clients before I run out of money next year. And next year is almost here. And there's a part of me I could definitely tell there's part of me, once in a while, it's got little thoughts about not wanting to be here anymore, but I don't let that go and get the better of me. But it's still edging. I'm going, okay, if I have those feelings, even if they only just kind of come and go and they're not really bothering me, that's a sign that there's anxiety inside. That's a sign that I'm worried about something. It's a sign. And right now, the biggest worry that I could see is that I'm worried about how well I'm going to do. If I'm going to get myself back on my feet before my finances run out. I mean, it's on my mind, but it's not constantly on my mind, because at the same time, I'm kind of not worried about it. But I do believe that I'm worried about it inside. But it's really hard to pin down because it's not specific. Things like that. It can be real hard to tell when you're anxious, when your baseline is already anxious, and so you don't feel it. And I also, a lot of times, don't feel things in my body. So it's having to base it on my thoughts. And if my thoughts aren't consciously there, then it's like, okay, well, what about my actions? So there's so many different signals, or lack of actions, that I'm trying to pick up on, and sometimes I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. But this is all part of managing an anxiety disorder. It's part of what I do. And just because I have these concerns, just because I'm not pushing myself as well as I need to. In fact, the past couple of days I decided to try to do something creative just to get my mind doing something, because that helps. Also want to make sure I'm not procrastinating with that too. but it's all part of the process. It's all part of getting through things. It's all part of my own personal journey, and the things that I can do that, God, I keep telling myself, you've been doing this, you can help, you know what you're doing, you're able to talk, you're able to piece things together, even if it's not exactly in the way that my subconscious mind thinks. And it's about keep doing this. And I know I'm not the only one, so just keep looking for those various things that might be an indication that you're experiencing anxiety, even if it's not something that's cycling on your mind. Tiredness, putting off things that you know you want to do and they're important to you, feeling a little lost, feeling directionless. That's the word I was looking for, directionless. Yeah. Maybe I said that, I don't remember. In fact, I should be preparing for my Toastmaster speech because I volunteered to do another one Tuesday, Saturday, so however many days that is. I don't feel like doing math. So I'm 3 days. And I just accidentally clicked the button and made it stop. But that's all I wanted to bring up. And like, comment, share, check out my links in my bio for check out the links in my bio for my one-on-one coaching and for my video about self-shaming. And you can also get a text description of it too if you prefer it written. That's free. And you get a few emails that will follow up that explore self-shaming more. And take care. See ya.